Quick story, when I was 13, I got my first set of golf clubs. We lived right across the street from a driving range, and I got to play all the time. I loved it, and I got pretty decent, which made me feel good. Then as a young man, I stopped playing. I was struggling to get by, my confidence was shot, and I didn't feel like I had time or money for fun things like golf. Years later, after achieving a lot of business success, I decided to give it a try again, and I stank. At first, it was no big deal. I figured I was just rusty, and I'd get my chops back pretty quick. But that didn't happen. I started taking lessons, practicing, trying different swings, nothing worked. I couldn't get nearly as good as when I was 13. Can you believe it? I was rich and successful at this point and had been for some time, but I noticed something interesting. When I would play golf and not do well, I wouldn't feel very good about myself. It wasn't like, oh my god, I'm a terrible person. It was just, why can't I do this better? It's ridiculous. The ball doesn't even move. There's no opponent trying to tackle you. You just have to hit the ball. It might sound silly, but I would get a little upset with myself. Even with so much to be happy and grateful and proud about in my life, my golf game could really throw off my mental game. I've heard this kind of thing from countless people over my years as a coach and teacher. For a lot of them, when they're doing something they're not so great at, their self-esteem suffers a little bit. And for some, it suffers a lot. We may know we shouldn't attach our self-worth to anything so dumb, but we do it anyway. And measuring yourself like this can drive you crazy. It drains your energy and takes away your happiness. Not a great way to live or create success, true or true. So what can you do? Well, you need to learn how to handle it, to not get so thrown off by these external things, and to get back on track fast when you do. You need to train your mind. The secret of a successful life. We all have an important part of our mind called attention. It's like a strap-on headlamp, the kind you might wear for camping or walking around at night. Everything is dark, but wherever you point your lamp, something lights up. That's all you can see. Everything else still exists, but the only thing that exists for you in that moment is what you focus your attention on. Here's the secret, the focus of your attention determines the quality of your life. So you need to focus on things that help you feel good, enjoy life, and accomplish your goals. This is hard, and most of us will never get it anywhere close to perfect. But you have to do your best because the alternative sucks. When you're experiencing mind frick, you need something very specific and visual to focus on. And it needs to be something you have a powerful, positive, emotional connection to. Start with just one thing, and don't change it for a while. Make it a habit. Just one go-to positive trigger that turns your attention away from negativity. And remember, this is an intermediate step. Once you've settled down, you want to come back to the present moment. There's a big difference between reality and fantasy. Mind frick is fantasy, but the intermediate step is, too. If I'm going to choose between two made-up stories, I'd rather have a positive one than a negative one, but they're both fantasy. Now, remember, you won't get this perfect every time. And that's okay. You have to make a practice of focusing on the present moment and using your positive trigger to help you get there.